Hi everyone, so today we have a new video, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Zvezda. And this kit comes in quite unusual scale, I would say, at least for scale model builders, because it's a 100 scale, but it's not that unusual for a wargaming fans, because that's actually the sizing they use on their board games. And that's why I decided to take a closer look, because it's also an interesting thing to assemble. You don't have to spend a lot of time on building it. You can actually play with weathering, especially if you like small objects and their assembly, so this kit will be definitely for you. And as you remember, I assembled several small models from Zvezda and other brands, so that's why I decided to get this one and take a closer look. So that's why here we have the commercial sample. That's not the pre-release form, that's actually the final shape of this kit, and you will get exactly the same stuff if you order it from any good model shop around you. So first of all, you can note the size of this box, because it's a 100 scale. I can easily cover it with my hand. We have a nice box art still, and also the kit number is 6291. It's written here on the side. Also, if I flip it over here on the side, you can see that we have some safety information, and on the other side you can actually see the assembled model. Of course, it's a small reminder here that this kit might be handy for a wargaming or board game, and also it's written that you can assemble it without glue. So we will see it in a few seconds. It's a side opening box. By the way, here on the side you could see another vehicles which are released in the same scale. We reviewed them all, so you can check them as well, because they were also nicely detailed. And it will be interesting to see what is actually copied in this kit, which we have now. Okay, so everything is sealed into one plastic bag. As you can see, there are only 2 sprues. Parts count is not that high. It's written 20 parts. And assembled model will be 11 centimeters long, which is quite impressive, to be honest. I mean, I would expect such size from a 1/72 scale, but not from 100 scale. And the first sprue is the sprue A, so I will place it on the table here. And now you can see what we are actually getting here. So we are getting here the hull parts, obviously, and because of the size, a lot of things are pre-molded, so I think it would be a good idea to zoom in as much as we can and maybe bring it even closer so that you can see what is actually pre-molded. So here we have some Pioneer tools pre-molded. We have, of course, all of the hatches molded shut, so there is no chance to position them open, and in case you were planning to do such things on such tiny model, then definitely forget about it, and it would be really strange to expect such details. Next, we continue with the lower hull section. So this is actually the floor panel. As you can see, it's quite plain. Feel free to write in the comment section how it is on the real vehicle, because to be honest, I do not remember. And here we also have the main gun. So this one is actually really nice. As you can see, it's a one-piece assembly, and it's also molded together with a bridge. So I would say it's something what shows what can be achieved with the modern molding technologies. At the same time, you will be able to check the video review with 135T62 from Zvezda, and there they molded the barrel out of 2 pieces. Here we have it as a single piece part, and one can argue it's due to the smaller size, but still here they molded even with the muzzle brake. So I guess that's something possible, but somehow they decided to skip it on the bigger model. Next, we continue with the special flag. So this one is used in the war games. As you can see here, we even have the special hole where you insert this thing, and then it just stands beside the vehicle. Might be also handy in order to, let's say, use it as a sign, as a naming plate for your model, so definitely consider this possibility. And here we have also some other parts for the rear armor wall. By the way, it would be cool to have this separate doors openable, but well, they are not here. So in case you wonder how this model will be assembled without the glue, so here is the answer. We have this large position pins, so you just insert everything together and basically assembles like a Lego. So it's up to you whether you will be using the glue in order to secure everything in place, but believe me, it just stays in place. It sits really firm, so there is no doubt that something will fall apart. At least from my experience with such kits from Zvezda. Okay, next we continue with another sprue. This one does not have any letters, but as you can see here we have all of the remaining parts. What is interesting, so we have the drivetrain molded together with the tracks, so you don't have to waste your time with separate track links or any other stuff. They are still plastic parts, but they are molded this way. And this is something of, I would say, design cue, which is used in all 100 scale kits from Zvezda. As you can see, it looks quite decent. And of course, it might be also... yeah, here we have the pins, so you can even paint these parts and weather them separately. It might be also handy for weathering the tracks here. So I know some modders actually do this. They leave these parts aside, they paint them and then weather them and then install on the space. And it's up to you whether you would like to follow this sequence, but it's definitely possible. Here we also have the armor panels for the Superstructure. It's really cool that they're molded separately, and at first I thought that they're molded together, but as you can see they're just installed here on this sprue together, or positioned together. And here we also have some vents for the engine bay. As for the, let's say, main connector, here it is, and we have all of the pins from both sides, and you basically place all of the panels around this main holder, which is also quite an interesting design. And here we have some interior parts. Not that, I would say, detailed, but that's something you would expect from such small vehicle. And maybe it's a good opportunity to play with some super detailing in case you would like to see more in such tiny vehicles. So if you have the necessary skills and tools, then why not go for it and try to copy even more in such small thing. Next we continue with the assembly manual. This one is printed as a black and white brochure. On the first note we have a short description of what is this kit. It's not the history note, unfortunately. And next we continue with assembly manual. I guess you won't need, I mean, even if this assembly manual will not be included into this kit, you will still guess what you have to do because it's that easy. And as you remember, parts count is not that high, so you will definitely be able to understand what you have to do. But, well, we have here the guide and you can see the basic layout of the assembly process. And here on the last pages, we are actually working on the main gun and installing it onto the place. As far as you can see, it should not be movable. Yeah, it will be just sitting in one position. Well, but I mean, in 100 scale, it would be really weird to expect something different. As for the whole kit, I already said that it should be already available, so if you would like to get it, just go to your favorite model shop, support them and order it directly from them. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And if you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.